Hello everyone, it's Joel Davis with United Medical Transportation Providers Group, and you are the broker.com, helping you to build a highly effective and highly profitable broker business. I'm gonna share some video from a dude who I absolutely love, man. I love this cat. He's a hardworking dude, hustler, just absolutely love it. So this guy was introduced to me. One of my RDs sent me his video clip, and so I was looking at it through the lens of my broker business, but the more I watched it, I'm like, man, there are such strong parallels here, not only for starting a broker business, but for many of you in the NEMT industry who contact us. So I'm like, man, I could kind of draw some strong parallels here between the quagmire that people find themselves in with the NEMT business. So I figured, you know what, I'm just going to make a video and kind of merge the two together, both for those in the NEMT business and also those of you who are starting your own broker business. Many takeaways I'm going to start going through here. Many takeaways when I got these videos. I looked through a couple of them, and the guy has a lot, so go check him out. Subscribe to him, man. I love this dude. But I had one of my video guys splice it up and just give me a couple of segments that I could use for demonstration purposes, because again, there's just such good content here and parallels that I want to focus in on for both NEMT and your broker business. But probably the biggest takeaway, man, there are so many different ways to make money. Anyone who says, oh, I can't make money, dude, you are just straight up lazy. And I know people like that. I'm sure you do too, man. You probably got some in your family as well that I don't want to work. I'm lazy. I can't get a job. I can't. Man, if you are just willing to work and hustle. Now, the absolute fundamental key takeaway from this video, and as I walk you through some of these little segments, and it's not long, but I'm going to start and stop because I want to point out a couple of key things. As you watch this, you too are going to appreciate this dude, because I love him, man. You're going to appreciate, man, this cat's a hustler. And if he can do it, I can do it. No doubt. These are the kind of guys I want in my broker business for sure. But I'm going to point out specifically, this is not the business model that I teach you, whether it be for NEMT or for your broker business. Bottom line, I want to go back to something I've talked about in many, many different videos. My goal for you is to make real money. Do I want you to hustle and work hard? Yes. I work all the time. But I don't consider it work because I'm not grinding. I'm not struggling. I'm not digging a ditch. I'm not lifting. I'm not moving this and that. I'm just working smart. But I work a lot, no doubt. Many of you know, especially for those of you who I work one-on-one with, I work hard, no doubt. I give you guys a lot of love and attention, but I work very smart, no doubt. So in the short term, I'm cool, man. Dig these ditches, grind it out, hustle it up, no doubt. But there comes a point in time that man, you get tired. I mean, how long do you want to chase for? You know, I call it the chasers and the creators, man. You could chase, man, but eventually we ain't getting no younger, man. We ain't getting no younger, man. Chasing, and you get tired. You get tired. So this is where, as you watch this, in the back of your mind, you got to be thinking, man, because there's so many people, so many of you in the NEMT business, and so many of you in the NEMT business, you won't listen to me. Oh, JD, I ain't going to listen to you. I'm going to do it my way. I'm just going to sign up with these brokers. I'm going to marry this stripper, and they're going to take me for all my money. But it's all right. I got a plan, JD. I got a plan. Okay. All right, man. But eventually, you get tired. You get tired, man. This is why it's critical that you put yourself in the right position to make real money. Because when you make real money, so that your money eventually, and you stack those chips, so that your money makes you more money than your actual business, that's when you are absolutely free. And I can assure you from firsthand experience, there's no better feeling in the world. So let me, again, I know I'm already rambling. You know, I have a habit to do that. But let me break down. I love this dude, man. So understand, anything I say about this guy's business model is just me armchair quarterbacking it. I'm not hating on him. Definitely not hating his hustle. I love this dude, his enthusiasm, his willingness. He's a worker, man. I love it. I love hardworking dudes, man. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these things. I want to point out some key things.
When I talk about making $500 a day, all right, so I started off in this van. This was the very first van I ever bought. I paid $2,000 for this van. I used to go to IKEA. I used to go on Craigslist. I used to move people for like 100, 200 bucks. You can do it, guys. You know, I know these videos, when you watch these videos, you always get a guy like me on here, you say, oh, you can do it. But no, listen, I was grinding and hustling. Then I got this vehicle, small moves. Then I bought that Astro van that I have right there. That's mine. And if you see behind me, I got the big heavy-duty monster truck behind me. And so if you look behind me, I have the box truck behind me, and then I have my baby right there, my monster truck right there. So guys, you can start a business. You can make $500 a day by starting a hauling, moving, inventory. You can contract with other people. It is possible. You don't have to have all these trucks like I have, okay? I started with that truck down on the end, then I got all the other trucks. You don't have to necessarily start off like I did, but you got to start somewhere. So I just want to show you that it's possible. That's really all I want. I just want to show you that you really can do it if you believe in yourself. If you get out there and grind and hustle, you can make $500 a day, man. And like I said, look, this is not get rich quick. It's not easy, you know, but I want to show you that you can do it.
All right, so a couple of key things. First and foremost, that sticks out in my mind when I watch that. I'm going to give them absolute credit. Let's say it's later in the day, so that's why all those vehicles are there. I'm always reminded, several years ago, I went out to this guy who, he's one of those guys that he would love going to happy hour and tell everybody how many vehicles he has, how many employees he has, it's just that, but push comes to shove, he ain't making as much money as he thought he should be making, so he retains my services. I fly out there, I go out there to meet. It was a weekday, mid-afternoon. I'm on his lot. Half his vehicles, he either had 20 or 22, I don't remember which one, but half his vehicles are sitting there. And I'm like, dude, this is midday. These things should be popping. These vehicles should be moving, and they're not. And mind you, he's going to go to happy hour and brag to everybody what a great business he's running. And I'm like, dude. So it doesn't matter if it's NEMT, if it's your broker business. The good thing is this, with your broker business, it doesn't matter because your contractors are going to own those assets, not you. So really, it's not your problem. But especially for NEMT, you cannot have assets sitting. That's why I always say it's better to need it and not have it than have it and not need it, because it's costing you money. So even this dude, I understand he didn't pay a whole lot for a lot of those vehicles. I get that. That's awesome. That's the same thing that, you know, our contractors, that's what they do. I mean, you can get these vehicles on the cheap, but that vehicle is still insured. You still got to do maintenance for it. You still got to register it. You still got to put fuel in it. It costs money. And realistically, at least what I would advise to my contractors, and again, I'm jumping around from NEMT to my contractors and my broker business, so bear with me. You got to, you know, help draw some of these parallels. Like my contractors, I tell them, man, you don't want all those assets. You can't afford to have that. You know, some guys don't even have a truck. They just rent all the time, and we stack up trips. We stack up the schedule. We make it very advantageous for them. It works out really well, and that's part of the strategies that we teach you with youarethebroker.com. So a lot of our contractors don't even own trucks. They actually rent them. But bottom line, you cannot afford to have assets sitting around like this, because even if they're sitting around, they're still costing you money. It's like excess inventory. You got to push the inventory through, man. You got to sell that. You got to convert it. Bottom line, a couple other key points, key takeaways. Listen to it, man. This guy is one of those guys that owns all these vehicles, doing different types of move jobs, haul-offs, all that kind of stuff. He's making 500 bones a day, or let's say some days he has 600, 700, and then the other day 200, 300. I don't know, but if he's just saying 500, okay, I take him at face value. Many of you watching this, hey man, I've shared previous videos of my P&Ls in my newsletters. You've seen P&Ls. You've seen the 1099 from some of my contractors. So here it is. You got this guy. I've never met him. I'd love to meet him. I'd love to sit there and kick it with this dude, because he's just a good dude, good hardworking dude. Look at the money does this not equate to what I've shared in the when I've shared some of the 1099 of some of my contractors? I mean, it's the same thing. So I can assure you, he's making that, my contractors are that, I can assure you, I'm making money with my broker business. But there is one key difference, man. And continue to watch and you're gonna see.
So what I was saying is, what I want to show you is how if you have a truck. I have several trucks. I have a pickup truck, I have cargo vans, and I have a box truck. But if you have a truck, you can charge anywhere from $100 to $500 or more to do moves for people. So if you see here, I have my truck. This is my second move of the day. So today, I've made $600 today because I did 2 moves. I charged them $299.
Okay, what I love about this is exactly what we're talking about with our express moves. This is exactly what we're talking about. If you could stack up 2 or 3 express moves, our contractors, this is why when you look at the 1099s that we share from what some of our contractors are making, this is why it's so much easier to recruit new contractors into our network. Boom! Boom, this guy absolutely underscores and substantiates everything we talked about in previous videos and previous newsletters. But here's what you got to start taking away from this. This dude, love him. This dude, support him. Everything about it, love it. Hardworking dude, a hustler. But again, he's literally grinding himself. He's literally grinding. So the first thing I don't like is I don't like assets sitting around. I want assets that are constantly being used. Second thing is, dude, I totally pat you on the back, applaud you, love you, embrace you. You're the type of contractor I want in my network. You're hustling, you're working hard. I mean, but you're hustling and working hard. Now, I'm just telling you from firsthand experience, maybe you're getting younger, but I ain't getting no younger. Dude's a little out of breath. This is his second move, getting a little out of breath. Keep watching, you'll see. I mean, it's like, at what point in time do we need to transition? That's why any of you who are seriously considering starting your NEMT business, everything I teach you is to not be dependent upon a broker where you're out there hustling yourself. You need to build, grow, and scale where you have a large enterprise, a larger network. Likewise, if you're going to build your own broker business, it's about building, growing, and scaling. So you're not out there driving and grinding and moving yourself. Bottom line, you need to be out there building the relationships, putting all the work and the resources together so your people can hustle. Let them hustle. Let them make coin.
Today I'm working by myself, but you could pay a guy $100, so you just made some easy money. And if you can knock out 2 or 3 moves a day, guys, people are always moving. There's business everywhere. Residential moves, commercial moves, businesses, things always need to get transported. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
What do I say to that? What do I say to that? So many, again, this video and what we teach you, whether it's with youarethebroker.com, it is not to teach you how to go out there and be the best box truck operator you could be. Just like with milliondollartransportation.com and UMTPG, our goal is not to teach you to be the best medical transportation provider you could be. No, our goal is to help you build, grow, and scale the best businesses you can so you could squeeze out as much profit earning potential as possible. Push that cash flow. Push that cash flow through your cash flow asset protection diagram that I shared in so many previous videos. So you limit your exposure to taxation. You stack those chips. You very creatively design and structure your enterprise. And in the future, you sell your business at a multiple. Now, let's be honest. This dude, hardworking, love him, hustler, everything about it. I can't say anything bad about it. Tell me, how does he sell this business at a multiple? Same thing happens. NEMT business, you, your spouse, maybe some family, maybe 1 or 2 drivers. You're a small enterprise. You're doing only broker work. That's what we call in my DVD series. We call it a stage 5 of business. Stage 5 is the lowest converting multiple for a contract. If all you're doing is broker work, what are you going to sell? You're selling your business almost for scrap at that point in time. When it comes to this type of a business, love this dude, hardworking dude. Can he really sell this at a multiple? No. It really would translate into an asset sale, and that's it. And we already know, he already mentioned he got his assets on the cheap. So again, make as much money as you possibly can. Push it through your system. Put yourself in a position where you stack those chips, you leverage, you multiply it, so your money eventually makes you more money than your actual business. Then you sell at a multiple. Exponential growth.
I'll tell you, I don't have it all figured out, guys. I do not. But I'm out here every day, grinding and hustling, making money.
Dude, how do you not love that? This dude, straight up honest. Straight up, I don't know everything. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm with you. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't have all the answers. But at the end of the day, I'm out here working, grinding, hustling. How do you not love that? That right there is thoroughbred, red-blooded America right there. There's no limitations on me, no boundaries. I can do whatever I want as long as I'm willing to put in the sweat equity and work hard. That is what America is all about right there. Love it.
I want you to see me out here hustling and grinding. I want you to see me picking up these chairs, dropping off these tables, delivering this food. I'm getting it. Like when I go do this, I'm going to get a check. I'm not doing this for free.
Dude, what do I say to that? What do I say to that? That's America, man. I love that. Now, I don't know enough about this. I just saw a couple of his videos. He has plenty of videos. I only saw a couple, and I had my guy splice up a couple little segments so I could put this video together for you. But so he could be doing something completely altogether different that I don't know about. But what I love is that he's hustling. He's making money. Now, what are we doing with that money? Now, do I care for the business model? This is the type of guy I want in my network, no doubt. I want these type of people. He would be a perfect RD in my business, no doubt. He could be out there doing work, managing other people as well, coordinating things. This is a guy I would love to have as one of my RDs, no doubt. But especially with youarethebroker.com, this is not the business model I'm teaching you for sure. With NEMT, this is not the business model I'm teaching you for sure, for many reasons. Again, I love the fact that the guy is just so open, honest, transparent. It's like, hey, man, I don't have it all. I don't know it all. But I'm just out here grinding, hustling, trying to figure it all out, man. And he's willing to do whatever it takes. How many people out there you know, they're too good. They're too good to go out there and do this kind of grind. You know, bend over and break that back and break that sweat, go pump gas. They got too much pride. They're too good for that. Love it, man. I love hardworking people.
You can use your box truck for good. There are hauls that, like I said, there's hauls that need to be done. You can link with organizations. There's companies out there that will pay you. You may not make a ton of money, but they will pay you to use your truck. So if you have a truck like this, on the days when it's down, or if you like me, if you have a business and your trucks are just sitting, you can do stuff. Now, again, I know guys are going to talk about the insurance and breaking stuff. Guys, I don't live in that world. I'm not breaking anything.
Okay, just like with youarethebroker.com, man, I told you, we are not a freight broker. We're not a one-dimensional. We have so many different contractors now that do different things. We have multiple sources of revenue. We have it's just, and now look, did this happen overnight? Absolutely not. Let me be absolutely abundantly clear. When I first started my broker business, we owned box trucks. We started with one, then we went to two, then we went to three. We actually owned them. And then we started to wise up as we were figuring this stuff out. Again, this is many years ago. This is the very end of 2011 into 2012 and 2013. We're figuring this out. I'm pushing money into it. I'm buying the vehicles. We're paying the contractors for work. We're making money. You know, we were in the 12, 13% margin, but we realized, okay, now we start bringing on independent contractors and we're not carrying the overhead expenses. Now we're just really that middleman per se. We're cultivating the business and now we're just taking points off. And it's a beautiful thing. That's when our profit margin really started to go up. And throughout 2013, now we started to finance our the 3 box trucks to independent crews. And so by 2014, we were completely out of it. We were 100% 1099 contractor based. Now we don't carry those type of expenses, man. And again, I go back to this dude, hardworking dude. If he's out here, he says, I'm grinding every day. I love it. I congratulate you. All I'm saying is that's not the business model. That's not the vision that I have for me, that I have for you, for those of you who partner with us. That's not start like this. Okay, sure. Some of our licensees, they start out, they purchase the box truck. They want to go out there and experience it from the bottom up. I respect the heck out of that. Absolutely respect the heck out of that. But that's not the long-term plan. That's not the long-term vision. I want to be absolutely clear. So whether you're operating your NEMT business, you're operating your broker business, if you want to start by yourself and go out there and drive, that's cool. In my NEMT business, I started driving. I was driver number 1. And I knew that and I would literally drive. I'm literally driving throughout the course of the day, transporting different people, wheelchairs, stretchers, ambulatory, whatever. But I knew it would frustrate me because I knew that the more that I drive, the less of an advantage I'm at. I'm at a disadvantage the more that Joel Davis drives, because I knew that I had a bigger vision, bigger talent, bigger abilities. It's better for me to fill that seat paying someone X number of dollars an hour while I'm out there building. Now in the early stages, like this dude, you do whatever you gotta do. When it's time to grind, you grind. It's like I tell everybody, hey man, I'm not a ditch digger, but if I gotta dig a ditch, I'm gonna dig a ditch, and it's gonna be the best ditch you ever did see. I just know I'm not gonna dig ditches forever. It's just not an option. This is not gonna happen. So you've got to keep these things in perspective. It ain't about where you start, it's about where you're going. So whether you're starting your NEMT, whether you're starting your broker business, if you want to go out there, you want to drive, that's cool. You drive in the short term, but it cannot be your long-term play. And that's why I'm so weird. Everyone will hit me. Everyone will hit me with this. JD, I know you're not a big fan of the Medicaid brokers, but I'm just going to start like this just to get my name out there. Oh, you're smarter. I get it. You're smarter. You're going to outthink everybody. What happens is, again, you marry that stripper, man. You get in it, oh, JD, she loves me, and you're giving up that money, and next thing you know, you're so caught into it. You're so caught into that love. Oh, they're going to give me more trips. I'm going to make a lot of margin, but they're going to give me more trips. So I'm going to get some more vehicles. I'm going to hire more people. I'm going to incur more expenses. Next thing you know, you're caught in a quagmire. That's why I say, man, if I'm drowning in 10 feet of the water, the last thing I need is five more feet of water.
Another thing that I do with my trucks is I keep a log in my truck. This is something that I learned from working with another delivery company. Is there's this thing in the business called CYA. You guys know what CYA means? That means cover your assets. Cover your assets. You want to log your deliveries. You want to kind of keep track of that so you don't run into any issues or problems.
So here's what's awesome about that. He's 100% right. You got to cover your butt. Everything needs to be documented. But case in point, the reason why he can never grow and scale is if he's not leveraging technology, and again, I don't know his entire business model, so take it for what it's worth. I'm just armchair quarterbacking what little bit I've seen and what I'm picking up. But I promise you, you can't be right. If you want to grow and scale, you need technology. You need automation. You can't be out there writing a log. Think about it. If he says he has 6, 7 vehicles. Now, granted, you already heard me complain, like, man, you can't have these assets sitting around. Bottom line. But what we're gonna have a log, and you're gonna have drive. We're gonna use this paper method. It's one thing to start out like this. I get it, man. That's why with youarethebroker.com, that's why the software is so key. I mean, we have all these contractors operating over a large area in poor communities, affluent communities, urban, rural, far, wide, short, high, low, everything. And we have all these different contractors with different schedules. Some start with us part-time, only working on 2-3 days a week. We got some going full-time. Some of them have family obligations. They can go certain hours. Do you think it's even feasible to manage all those contractors and associated variables associated with each contractor and their schedules and abilities, the different types of trucks? Do you think any of that is possible to manage on paper in a 3-ring binder? Do you think any of that's possible? Absolutely not. Do you think it's possible for your NEMT business to build, grow, and scale off paper? Now, I know in my ebook I talk about the triptych. That's how we started, no doubt. And that led to the emergence of Dispatching Made Easy, no doubt. But take Dispatching Made Easy. Everything about Dispatching Made Easy with your NEMT business, there's an absolute strategy with everything we do with MillionDollarTransportation.com and the United Medical Transportation Providers Group. For those of you, we have a lot of people using Dispatching Made Easy. There's a reason why we have that facility functionality so that you can literally integrate your services with your facility clients. Those facilities are able to go in and create their own account, create trips, so they don't even need to pick up the phone and call you anymore. Now they just create the trips, they submit them to you, you approve them or decline them, you can have correspondence back and forth, and every single thing is time-stamped and it can never be tampered with. You get all these different drivers and all these different apps. So now you look like the baller shot caller. You're absolutely empowered and you're leveraging technology and software. And again, the more you're integrating your service using this Dispatching Made Easy, using this technology to integrate your service with these facilities, you can make it part of your contractual agreement. You have free access to this. HIPAA compliant. You don't even need to pick up the phone and call us. You just go online. Everything is time stamped. Trips will be approved or declined with reasons, all that stuff. Everything is managed. Again, you cannot grow and scale on a 3-ring binder. There's a reason why you got 6 or 7 vehicles, and you personally are going from one vehicle to the next vehicle to the next vehicle. This is why I talk about, let me pick on NEMT for one more second. This is why I talk about, I see these people with one-dimensional vehicles. They got these minivans or sedans. You can't operate like that. You've got to be able to do more with less in order to be profitable. Again, it's better to need it and not have it than have it and not need it. You can't have assets sitting idle. No question. We need increased capacity because capacity still costs money for insurance, for maintenance, for fuel, etc., etc., etc. The same thing holds true with our contractors. Again, we got a lot of contractors, they don't even own anything. We just stack their trips, they know well in advance, and they go out there and they rent box trucks. Kudos to them, love them. We have other contractors that, hey, you know what? They still do freight. They're DOT, they got their motor carrier, they get their US DOT, all that stuff. They got freight. They're running big trucks. They're running some of them box trucks, some big rigs. And now they're expanding and they're in our network now. And now they got smaller vehicles. They're running their own crews because they see the opportunity to make more money with these smaller vehicles, because these smaller box trucks, you can't be doing big deliveries or big move jobs in some of these urban areas with smaller streets and congestion. You can't be doing that. Even some of these rural areas where sometimes they still have gravel roads. You can't be driving those big rigs up there. You can't do it. Like this guy said, man, there are so much money, so much earning potential. For anyone to say they can't do it, they can't make money, they're absolutely crazy. But that's why our contractors, that's why you take Fetch Mazzo, you take our Fetch Mazzo app, our contractors, boom, they are married to the app. It makes their job so much easier. Some will use the iPad, some will use cell phones, some will still use desktop at home, because you allow your contractors to manage their entire business. Because some of these guys, they're still doing their own side hustle, and that's cool, as long as it doesn't undermine your business, as long as it doesn't undermine your customers. You can't be having that for sure. But they leverage Fetch Mazzo to manage their entire business. And you charge them for that. You could charge them X number of dollars a month for access to the software. It's a necessity. If you want to operate in your broker business, my broker business, you have to have the software. This is the platform we use. It costs you $10 a month. It costs you $20 a month. You get enough contractors in there, that pays for your annual membership to Fetch Mazzo. You can't beat it. It's a win-win situation. Bottom line is this, folks. I'd love seeing a hustle like this. And you can go all throughout YouTube. I'm sure there's plenty more. I don't have time to watch them all, but I'm sure anyone can see it. If this guy's here, I'm sure there's countless other ones doing the same thing, hustling. You got to love and respect the hustle, but keep things in perspective. What someone calls a hustle, I call them a chaser. It's cool. Chasing is cool. Can you make money? No doubt. The problem is you ain't getting no younger. What happens when chasing? You get tired. You get tired. That's why you have to build smart, sound business models that put you in the, do you need to work hard in the early stages? No question, lay the foundation. But you have to have a clear trajectory of where you're headed. So you could transition, so you're not gonna have 6, 7 vehicles sitting idle while you're out there still hustling and grinding and chasing yourself. You can't have it. Leverage. You have got to be able to leverage other assets, other people. You've got to be able to leverage time. You've got to be able to leverage technology. You've got to be able to leverage money. So listen, I know I was all over the place between this guy's great content, between talking about NEMT, between talking about your broker business, but hopefully between all my rambling and all the different directions I just took this video in, hopefully you're able to digest the information and get the clear messages, plural, because there's multiple messages in there. So if you're using Dispatching Made Easy, some of you aren't even using it to its fullest extent, leverage the heck out of Dispatching Made Easy for your NEMT business so that you get facilities and you bring them into your orbit, you bring them into your organization. You go out there and you get these contracts with different facilities. Leverage DME so you use it as a great opportunity. This is one of the benefits of using us. And you can have different floors, different units, different logins. It's all timestamped. You don't even need to pick up the phone to call us. We're going to get your trip suggestions. We're going to be able to approve them in real time. Everything is documented, timestamped. Like he says, it's a big cover, your ASS. Likewise with youarethebroker.com. You need to be, if you want to grow and scale, you got to be leveraging technology. And that's where Fetch Miles and when the apps come into place, you could grow and scale. We cannot have assets, people, contractors, drivers sitting around idle. Why? It costs you money. Listen, I made plenty of mistakes, just like he said. I don't know it all. That's beautiful. Learn from other people's mistakes, lessons, successes. When you do, you put it all together. I'll see you at the top.